flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First order of business is the acceptance of the minutes. Has everybody had a chance to go through them? Are there any corrections or adjustments that need to be made? Not hearing any. Motion's appropriate.
Make a motion to approve.
Hold on, before we get into the minutes, just a point of order to elevate
Oh, that's
you
right.
to a vote.
We just make a motion, or I just appoint
You just want
Guess what? You're on tonight.
Right.
You'll be a voting member on this. So.
Okay. Now let's show up.
Glad you showed up too. Now we've got four voting members.
So I'll make a motion to approve the draft meeting minutes of the June 8, 2026 zoning board of adjustment.
All those in favor of Sue?
We don't have a second yet.
I'll second.
You were gonna say. Okay, well, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
The ayes have it. Okay, first order of business is the request for a variance. There will be a public hearing for an application for a variance pursuant to Newmarket Town Code 32-89, request by applicant and Town of Newmarket and owner, Town of Newmarket, for the adjustment of the boundary lines to permit a lot size 3,074 square feet to a rear deck located setback on real property located at 11 Creighton Street. Tax map U3, lot 17, the R4 zoning district, associated with real property on tax map U3, lot 13, tax map U3, lot 47. The application is available for viewing at the zoning office of Town of Newmarket during normal business hours.
Good evening, members of the board.
Yeah, that's right. Only have 4 members who want to proceed with that.
Hello. Hi. We're good with 4 members, Mr. Chair. Good evening, members of the board. My name is Bart McDonough. I am the Community Development Director for the Town of Newmarket. Before you is a variance request to reduce the lot size of 11 Creighton Street to 3,074 square feet from an original 13,000 square feet. And the reason for this request to reduce this lot to a non-conforming size is for a public purpose, to convey the majority of the land to the pump station, which is owned by or administered by the water treatment plant from the Department of Environmental Services, and the other to Shanda Park for the purpose of the public benefit to expand future park space. And so going through the criteria.
You say you're going from 13,000 square feet to 3,000?
Correct. So the idea is to get as much space to the town as possible without making the lot, the lot itself untenable for the neighborhood. If you look at the neighborhood itself, you have a lot of similar lot sizes, so it's not inconsistent with the neighborhood. And the way the terrain is set up, it makes more sense that this land, majority land, to be conveyed to the town, because this lot right now has water frontage. We would be taking that away, as you can see right. So right now, I'm kind of draw it. working, but basically it goes down like that, and we would make it this size right here for the purpose of making it consistent. No, I should do that. For the purpose of making a consistent, connected waterfront. And there's future plans afoot to improve the park space, and this is kind of the first step in making those plans a reality.
So if I just wait for a second.
Sure.
Members of the board, in your packet, there is a plan that's color coded. Yeah. That kind of highlights exactly what Superintendent's talking about.
And I think I have it on here too for the public. Zoom out. Yeah, see, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We know the problem.
Okay, yeah, just making sure.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So if you look at the screen or your packets, the plans set, the pink would be the new lot, and the yellow would be the Shannon Park lot, and then the green boundary would be the water treatment lot. So that would be the final configuration if approved. The variance petition is granted. Just kind of procedurally after this, if it were to be granted, we would go to the planning board for a boundary line adjustment. But to the matter of foot, we have 5 criteria for the variance. And the first one being that granting the variance will not be contrary to the public interest and will observe the spirit of the ordinance. And the reconfiguration of this parcel would continue to function as a single residential lot consistent with the historic lotting pattern along Creighton Street. Granting the variance would not, therefore, alter the essential character of the neighborhood, which already includes lots that are similar size and shape to the proposed configuration of the subject parcel, which is 11 Creighton Street. Lots 13, 14, 15, and 16. Nor will the reconfigured subject parcel, 11 Creighton Street, threaten public health, safety, or welfare, as no increase in density, traffic, or intensity of use results from this reconfiguration. Criteria number 2, substantial justice would be done by granting the variance. Denial of this request variance would prevent the town from completing a boundary line adjustment plan as proposed, which is intended to properly align the boundaries of lots 13, 17, and 47 with their actual and intended useful uses, recreation and sewer infrastructure, while allowing for the creation of a standalone residential lot that can be sold to replenish the town's funds. Without the variance, the town would either be forced to retain an inefficient and functionally unnecessary configuration of the subject property. That would either entail retaining a single-family residence, which the town does not anticipate repurposing for municipal uses, or allocating lands away from Shannon Park and the pump station parcels that do not add to the use of that single-family residence. There is no corresponding public benefit to be gained by denying the variance. Contrary, the denial would frustrate the town's ability to maximize the use of town properties for public purposes. Because granting the variance benefits both the town and the public, there is no discernible public benefit to denying the variance relief. Therefore, substantial justice criteria has been met. Number 3. Excuse me. Granting the variance would not diminish the values of surrounding properties. The grant of this variance to allow the reconfiguration of 11 Creighton Street would not diminish the value of surrounding properties. The reconfiguration of 11 Creighton Street is located within an established residential neighborhood along Creighton Street that already includes a mix of lot sizes, several of which are non-conforming as the area given to the area as the given age of this neighborhood of historic development patterns. The reconfiguration proposed by the boundary line adjustment plan does not increase the intensity of use in the subject property. Rather, it consolidates the town's recreational and sewer-related land needs, while establishing a single, appropriately sized residential lot consistent with its surroundings. The town is aware of no evidence that the reconfiguration of parcel here highlighted in pink, or any other use it consistent with this, or any use of it consistent with the surrounding neighborhood would cause a diminution in value of neighboring properties. Accordingly, the town respectfully requests that the board find that the requested variance will not diminish surrounding properties in value. 4. The literal enforcement of the zoning ordinance would result in unnecessary hardship. The town is proposing to allocate substantial portions of the subject parcel for recreational and sewer system functions that are immediately adjacent to 11 Creighton Street, which are themselves special conditions unique to the subject parcel, and is a feature that is not shared by privately held lots in the surrounding neighborhood. Owing to these special conditions, there is no fair and substantial relationship between the general purpose of the zoning ordinance minimum lot size and rear setback requirements, which is to prevent overcrowding and to ensure adequate light, air, and open space, and a specific application to the subject parcel. The subject parcel, 11 Creighton Street, proposed area is a function of two things. Firstly, the town's need to satisfy its recreational and sewer infrastructure land requirements, and secondly, the usable area of the subject parcel that is appropriate for the single-family residential use. The subject parcel is currently divided by the access road to the pump station parcel, with the single-family residence located in the southerly portion of the parcel. Of that southerly portion, a retaining wall further limits the usability. Therefore, the reconfiguration of subject parcel reflects what usable portions of that parcel that are appropriate for the single-family residence use after reorganizing these features, not an attempt to crowd an undersized lot into a developed neighborhood. Subject parcel proposed configuration is consistent with existing residential character of Creighton Street and is a reasonable use of but there is no fair and substantial relationship between the purpose of the minimum lot size requirements and its application here, and because the proposed use of the subject parcel is reasonable, the board should find that the undue hardship criteria is satisfied. In conclusion, for the foregoing reasons, the Town of Newmarket respectfully submits that its variance application satisfies each of the criteria set forth in RSA 674:33 and grant a variance from section 32-89 of the Newmarket zoning ordinance to allow for reconfiguration into a lot that is 3,074 square feet and which has a structure that encroaches into the rear setback. I'm happy to answer any questions or and have a survey Paul Everstein here to if there's any surveying questions as well. Yes, thank you for listening.
Just to summarize, this, for all intents and purposes, this is a housekeeping bill to make things a little simpler in that area.
Yes, it achieves two things. One, it makes the waterfront more publicly accessible, and two, it allows the town to consider selling the house lot. So it achieves two things.
Okay, we have some people over here. If anybody wants to comment on this, now's the time. We'll open up the public comment. State your name and your address.
Hi, I'm Corinne at 9 Creighton Street, right next door. So we are the abutters. I guess my question is, with the lot lines being pushed all the way to the retaining wall and stating that from the retaining wall that none of that property is usable, I don't see that. My kid uses it all the time. It is very usable to that property. I think the other thing that I am concerned about is I love having a park in my backyard. It's right there. It's beautiful. It's great that I don't have to maintain it in the town. That's right. Amazing. I think I also love that there is a street between the park and my house. So there is a border. So when that land is taken and used for the town, which I don't mind the strip, there's a strip of land that there used to be a dock right there. And it's right next to the public dock. Like, that is totally fine. That is on the other side of the street. I don't understand why they're taking up to the retaining wall, which is on the other side of the street. So there's the street, there's the dock and the waterfront, and then on the other side of the street is an actual yard that is part of that property. So I guess my question is, why was it built that way, and is the utility piece of that going to now be my butter and a utility for, like, how is the town using that piece of that land? I don't mind the dock piece, but the piece that's right on my property, I guess, is kind of what I'm concerned about. Yeah.
If I understand it correctly.
Yeah.
You're talking about this area right here? Here's the road,
Yeah.
and here's that kind of gravel?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yep, right there. So what is the intent for that piece? And then how is it going to benefit me, the people buying the land, and the town in general? Yeah.
Can you go up to there and just,
Point out?
yeah, that would be really helpful.
Absolutely. Yeah, so, let me get this is not how I'm used to looking at my land.
I can help you.
Yeah.
It's just to the left of the pink.
So this is the
Oh, yeah,
gravel.
this is us.
This is you.
Yeah,
right here.
yeah, so
Okay.
this is us, right? And so,
Oh,
Where's
there you go.
the-
You want to use this microphone too, sorry.
oh,
So
thank
public
you.
can hear.
Yeah,
Sorry.
okay, no worries. Okay, so here's the road, right? This is the road, that's Shanda Park. Right here is where part of this land, so this is kind of cut off. So there's this gravel piece here, there's the road, and then there is part of Shanda Park here, and then this piece. Like, I am so okay with this going to the town and being part of all of it, creating another dock. Like, I 100% on board. I want to be a part of the committee. Absolutely. But I think the thing that I'm concerned about is, like, if this part is going to be part of the utility, we're already having sewer trucks come in and out every day, dumping in here. Smells like shit, honestly. And it's not my favorite thing. I don't want this land getting any closer to that utility. I guess I just don't understand, like, how this piece of land is really going to help the town, help us, what is the benefit? Yeah.
Happy to answer that. So right here in the yellow part, this indicates Shanda Park, right here. Okay, so this would actually go towards the park, not the sewer treatment.
Okay.
So.
So is this piece the part that's going to the sewer treatment?
Correct.
That's part of that
Yep.
land.
Yep. Exactly.
Okay. So then sorry, thanks.
You're welcome.
How is this part of the land going to be used? Because honestly, this is like our parking area here in the back, and so for this lot, like if we're talking about real parking, this lot, what's happening to it? They're losing parking spaces here. There's, like, you can park in front of the house and then one spot here. So there's literally 2 spots that this land is going to have to even park a vehicle of any sort. We have 1 parking spot here, and then we've built parking down below. So there's an upper level and a lower level to these properties. So this land is literally shrinking to almost nothing. How does that not impact? I do understand, like, this lot is extremely small. Mike and Elaine here, they have a pretty big lot. So I guess, where are the other lots that you're saying are comparable?
I think Mike's lot's pretty small. I don't have the square footage right here, but it looks consistent with your size right there.
Yeah.
Which is almost consistent with this proposed size, which is consistent with 3 Creighton as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this row of lots right here would be, pretty consistent in size. I mean, again, it is shrinking.
Yeah.
But to answer your question right here, there's no plan right now, and what we're planning as the planning department is to have a committee to figure out what the park's going to be in the future. So there's nothing set in stone. What we're doing right now is collecting baseline data for the whole area, so we at least have an understanding of what we're working with. And then in coming next spring to summer, we're going to do a lot of public outreach to abutters and the community at large is what should Shanda Park become. So we have no plans right now. This is just to give us as much real estate as possible to make something special down there. So so they do have parking right here. It's going to be on Creighton Street. You are right, they are losing that gravel lot. But, you know, again, it's a balance between, you know, making sure that something is livable there and also making sure that the park has enough land as well, you know, to have enough real estate for future improvements. And to answer your question on the pump station, there is a secondary collector coming online soon, which will be accessible by Young's Lane. So the traffic that you're seeing right now will be reduced.
Yeah.
I know
It's not going away.
it's not going away,
Yeah.
but it'll be significantly reduced.
Yeah.
So, and again, I don't want to say too much, but there's a lot of thoughts, if, I don't want to say planning right now, but a lot of intentions right now to reimagine what that can be, that area. For example, how do we make this place, this area more resilient? Is there an opportunity to move the pump station up to Creighton Street right here instead of right there?
Yeah.
Those are things that we're thinking about and trying to plan for in the future and looking for opportunities. So again, if we're able to do that, that reduces a lot of pressure on Creighton Road, I think it's called.
Yeah.
So, but the first and foremost is we just need to have something to work with to make it work. It makes sense. So, and that's why the land is allocated as proposed.
Yeah.
Can I make a statement? And just,
Yeah, sure, come on.
Wasn't done.
I know, I just want to make, there's so many points I wanted to make. I just want to make sure I'm not going to forget. Hi, I'm Bradley, her wife, Corinne, her husband. It's my wife, Corinne.
It's okay, it's okay, we don't judge.
Right, I'm breaking the room down a little bit here. No, I think just a point that Bart made out, which is great here, right? Just a balance of this, right? You know, I think again, we're fully supportive of the development of it and the riverfront and whatever utilities is needed for the sewer. But I think the reason why we're here tonight is the balance of this and the extreme setback that we're asking for here, right? We're taking 70% of this property's land and maybe without a clear vision. And I think that's our question here is, what is this one strip of land? Why? There, yeah. Our question, right? With we want to have a balance, right? I think whoever is going to own or move into this house, right? The intent is to sell it, right? So it will be a private, single-family home, and will it be balanceable for them? I mean, we already live in a very small place where our road, you know, over variances over the years has taken away the front of our properties. And similarly in the back, I imagine at one point they were bigger. But whoever owns this might not have a balance if they take away the little yard behind it without a clear vision, right? I mean, we can see the vision on the back here, but asking for that without the understanding of what it's going to be feels like it is presenting a hardship for whoever's going to be there, right? There'll be a lot of variances maybe from the people that own it. If they ever want to do anything, they'll have access of just, you know, the retaining wall is less than 10 feet from the house. So you're asking for a setback and, you know, taking away that balance of that person's, you know, future single-family home.
And the park is gonna come right up to the house. So people could, literally, the public could walk right up to the house, like it's far from a window. So it's very close. So if that's public land, you're just walking up to someone's back door.
Now, and the lines with the property lines, are these existing or are they proposed?
These are proposed. I can try to draw the existing. Let me see if I can do it. And Paul, correct me if I'm
These
out of line.
squares, there are some squares that show proposed lines, and some that show, like right along the retaining wall, there's a box out that calls out saying proposed boundary line, whereas
Sweet.
part that I'm going to be, abandoned. So you can kind of see where some are.
And then
Yes.
You wanna come down?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I don't know if I had, you know, like this. So this is proposed. This one right here. This is what we're talking about. This is to be abandoned.
Things like that.
It is a very weird property.
Sorry.
Absolutely, yeah, it is.
I think it's like
Yeah,
this.
drawn up on.
Yeah. It is a really weird property, understandably. I think,
That's correct.
So this is kind of like on a hill right here, so this is really not usable. Kind of slopes down. Oh, sorry, thank you. Takes my own medicine. And of this kind of origin, the real, you know, when this came to market, you know, we saw it as a town, so it was a good opportunity to get some waterfront here too. You know, it's kind of the last piece linking this right here, you know, it's water and sewer at the moment with Shannon Park, so that's kind of the impetus for this whole process. So anyways, this land right here is not as usable because it's sloped, steep slope.
Could you, can you step back a little bit?
Sure.
Just to outline what is what on there. Just take a basic.
Basic,
What,
okay.
what exists, what did you buy?
Okay, so the red right here I just drew.
Yeah.
We bought, the town bought that.
Which red?
Like an L shape.
This red I just drew on the board. See this
So
right?
that
Yeah.
whole foot.
The whole foot, yeah.
Gotcha.
The foot, the town is 11 Creighton Street bought.
Yeah.
bought it from who?
Bought it from, it was Lean Sheen. And
And what's on it now?
a single family home.
Is the intent to keep it?
The intent is to create a new lot, keep it, and sell it off.
Sell off? As,
The house lot, the
and
new
what's-
house lot, which
what's
is in
the
pink
lot
right
gonna
here.
look like?
It looks like this pink area right
Gotcha.
here.
Okay.
So this yellow, this portion right here.
Yep.
Be conveyed to Shanda Park.
Yep.
This portion right here to the
Gotcha.
waters.
Okay, that makes sense, because you were talking about having a single-family home on there, and going,
Right, I didn't get.
what? I get all confused.
Yeah.
Now,
Which
and,
is easy, but-
can you take their home, please, and outline that? The property we're talking about now.
Corinne and Bradley live right here.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then, yeah.
Gotcha.
Can I
Yeah,
add
sure.
to the drawing?
You sure can.
The question, right,
Take that.
is this too. Here's the road, right? Here's the road that comes behind our house.
Yep.
Right, so this is all the road,
Yep.
right? In the town's intent, here's the river and the waterfront
Got
here,
it.
and the dock.
Yeah.
Right, here's the dock. This piece, right, not in question. We
Right.
fully support that. It sounds like a great opportunity. I've been part of the design charrettes and everything.
Yep.
Love it, right? This piece here is a very sloped hill right behind the pump house.
Yep.
Not really usable, no question.
No.
No question. This is the piece that we're talking about. Between the road that touches our property and here's this retaining wall. If this goes, and the question is just why, right? I'm not against it, I just want to understand what the intent is. Why such a drastic reduction from like the 10,000 square foot minimum down to like 3, right? What is the purpose of this? Because if you take this little piece of land away, there's a retaining wall here, the little concrete thing, and they have steps down to this little piece of land,
there's like 3 steps.
like 3
And then
steps
you're at
right
the
here.
house.
This is less than 10 feet between the house and this wall, so the
Yeah.
public park is going to be able to almost touch the deck, right? You can like touch the deck.
The current deck and the house that we're gonna sell.
Yeah,
Yeah, the curved
Yeah.
deck. So
yeah.
it's really this piece is why was that line drawn to include taking that piece? Is
And
my
is-
question.
Is there a way to not take that piece and take all the other pieces, right? Like, I know it's drawn this way, but like, is there an option to not take that one chunk?
Just for quick clarification, I know it's not a lot, but
Yeah,
we
go.
did leave space for the retaining wall, 3 feet, so there's areas for, repair. So it's not
Okay.
at the
Good
retaining wall,
clarification.
it's
Yeah.
3 feet past the retaining wall, going north. So just, everyone's on the same page.
And your concern is what with the proximity to the new house? To the,
Yeah,
Want to redraw it?
sure.
yeah.
Let's mess
please.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, take that too.
We'll get there eventually.
Pictionary now.
Right, here's the lot in question.
Yep.
And just, what is the purpose for the town? Why is this gonna be beneficial? I see this as a hardship for whoever were to move in here. And in our, our house is right here, right? So
Yeah.
we're getting all of a sudden, the park, it kinda has that natural buffer, like my wife was explaining, right? All of a sudden you bring us over here, the park is basically.
So what would you do if you were the Lord of Newmarket? What would you do?
I would propose everything they have and just leave this for the house. Because it seems like a reasonable piece of land for
For
that.
the house we're gonna
The
sell?
house that's gonna be sold.
Leave it as part of the house.
So why do you care?
Just for any kind of future, utilities, like my wife said, we already experienced a lot of utilities. They said this piece goes to the utility?
No.
No? Park. The park. Yeah, so whatever development, people coming in here,
Yeah,
being extra close to our house.
It's like
instead of a neighbor,
it's in our backyard.
is that the point?
Yeah,
Instead of a
neighbor.
neighbor's proximity, now it's public
Yeah,
proximity?
instead of private, it's public. And so
Gotcha.
anybody can come within feet of their deck, but also closer.
I guess.
And we love the park. That's why like my wife said, we chose to buy there. We love it, but
Yeah.
just like that buffering part, right? We're really taking away a lot of the buffer from the park.
So that's really what it boils down, yeah, buffer.
Yeah, and I think so.
And
Well,
go ahead.
I was going to get to the next point of property
Oh,
values.
sorry,
right?
I took this
Yeah,
away.
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of my other questions is, talking about not affecting other abutting properties. I was just wondering if there was any evidence to show that, presented to say, yes, this reduction won't affect it, and I just don't know if you guys have done that, so I was just gonna ask for that.
How do we know it's not gonna affect our
Not
Well,
your
just-
property.
Yeah, how do we know that it's not gonna affect our property value by
So,
being directly on public?
Because that's part of the,
so, in my experience, so I haven't done analysis. Okay. I will admit to that. But in my experience, this is very subjective of what the market will bear here. So you're on, essentially, you don't have waterfront property, but you have public access to waterfront property, which I think would still be valuable. I don't see, in my opinion, again, subjective, that, the reduction in lot size is going to affect neighboring properties where the same lot size exists almost. It's a little smaller, admittedly, but they're comparable. So again, we can hire all the appraisals we want, and then we can average it out. But I think in the long term, even short term, in my opinion, that this property, your property, won't be affected by this lot size adjustment. And the reason why I say that is just next to the amenities where you're located. And again, it's still going to be a single family home. Do they have parking spaces? That's true. That will be reduced. But does that affect your property? I don't know. I don't think so.
maybe that's the question, right?
Yeah.
We don't know.
We don't
but-
know.
Right.
Right.
And that's our concern, right? For us, it feels like it would.
Okay.
I mean, sure, there's certainly lots of amenities that we enjoy living down here, and all parts points I think were great, but we don't know if it's going to affect the property value of a house. So that was just one question, right? And again, just to restate another one, part of the variance that we're debating tonight, right? When we're just concerned with the boundary that was chosen, like why was it not 5,000 square feet, right? We're not unconforming lot right now, but we're asking for an unconforming lot of less than 10,000. So was why the 3,700 and change, not 5,000 or not 7,000, right? Because it would. I think the concern is that it will provide a hardship for whoever owns this, and if they want to do anything with their property, then they'll be subject to variances and all the setbacks because that's what we're experiencing here right now, and so I feel that, right? We have, to do anything on my house, I came here and asked for a variance once or a couple of times. It's very difficult, right? And so we're actually, this proposal, I think, puts a hardship on the future owner of this house.
Sure.
Is the intent to sell this lot?
Correct.
To somebody?
Correct.
So wouldn't make the lot a little bit bigger, make it more valuable?
Good. I'll explain the intent of why this is chosen. Is to give much land to the town as possible to create this new space or this park space. So the idea was to give it for the public to enjoy and benefit from. So it's kind of, we're trying to sell off the house lot, bring it back to market, put it back on the tax roll. The town owns it now. At the same time, take as much land as possible along the waterfront, which is finite, and for future improvements that the town's working on. The town is about to adopt its master plan, which has a downtown riverfront chapter, which has a lot of ambitions. And this was kind of in line, this purchase, this direction was in line with that chapter. Is there an opportunity to potentially reconfigure? Sure. But I think just going into our intent was to make sure that the most public benefit, generally speaking, for the town was met with this application. And again, in more park space.
And the only reason in my head that I can see that sliver on this side of the road would be in the future getting rid of that road and making that sliver part of the bigger park. That's the only thing that makes sense to me if you're having that sliver as part of the park.
Yeah, kind of what I worry about, like this chunk right here, that Bradley pointed out, is you put a fence there. You got this fence coming in into the park, jutting in there, right to the. Again, this could all change at some point, but I just worry about, not having enough real estate to do the best for the town. And this is not to discount your concerns at all. Please don't take it that way. But I will say, is there an opportunity to adjust? Sure. I'm not sure what that is at this moment in time, but this is the plan that we set forth. I'd just like to hear the board where you guys are at right now, before we make a decision.
I'm kind of wondering, on the positive side for you guys, you're going to have free access to the water through public property.
We already do.
You do.
We already do, yeah.
But, I mean, now you can go right from your yard through public property. If somebody owns it, you can't, right?
No, but we can.
We can.
Nothing changes.
No,
Yeah, let me point that out.
Yeah.
So they live right here.
Yeah.
So yeah, so they can just go out this way.
Yeah, I was thinking additional access to public.
Or you can go that way.
Yeah, no, I mean,
it's only feet.
yeah, I mean, for us, if we want to be specific. Yeah, I mean, here, right, this is the waterfront, which we fully support, benefit for the town. We can't wait for it all to come together, right? This is the piece we're talking about.
Yeah.
So, not even on the other side of the road, right? There's the road.
Yeah.
It's just this little piece that
That's right.
seems like without, maximizing it, right? There doesn't, other than maximizing it, just, again, property, is there evidence it won't take down property values or, future hardship for that tenant?
If I may, is there anything there that would make you comfortable if it was town all conveyed to the town?
For us,
Yeah, not to make guarantees, but
Yeah, sure.
if there's anything there that the future planning could consider in that spot.
absolutely. I mean, anything, so like you were saying, would this little bit of road go away and then the whole park would be one? No, because there's a whole pump station down here and the poop trucks go straight through here into the pump station. So no, that's not, that road is not going anywhere. So part of the park is gonna be cut off by that road, and so it's not gonna be like one full, like, this is the park. So for us, to answer your question, for us, having this piece of that land stay with that property feels better for us, I think, and then the road is still has some sort of barrier from like public land and then just residential.
My calculations are right, that's only about 1,700 square feet.
Yeah, it would be relatively small. But if the road wasn't there, it was just park space in the future, would you be more comfortable?
Would we have access to our parking down there?
Yeah, because this is your parking right here. So you still have access right here.
Right. So this road itself.
That road doesn't go away because you got frontage right here. So
yeah, and then people have to park here.
Yeah, so people park. Well, you still park here.
Yeah, and then Elaine and Mike park here,
They
and
still
then
park
they park here.
They would still
and they
park
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we still need
They
that.
still need access to the pump station.
Right,
But that's what
the
we're-
pump station moved. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Up the hill.
Hopefully the pump station.
So, hypothetically.
I know where you.
Yeah. We are considering plans long term to move the pump station.
Okay.
And the reason why is from a resiliency standpoint, flooding.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we are optimistic that through multiple channels and funding sources that could happen in the future. So that's what we're aiming for.
That's in the flood zone too.
Correct.
Yeah, it's flooded out more than
Right
once.
in the.
Yeah, it gets flooded a
It
lot,
gets flooded.
So
more than anything actually down
I guess that's my point is that I think right now the immediate concerns and experiences that you are feeling right now are warranted. I understand that. But we are collectively, the town is thinking of ways to mitigate that and make that whole area improve from a resiliency standpoint, a recreation standpoint, and a community standpoint. So we are planning towards this, we're trending this way, it just takes time and funding. So
Was there a committee that came up with this plan, or?
this was kind of a town, administration. Like when the opportunity came for at least the purchasing of this property, we pulled together and through recreation fund to purchase this land. But to answer your question, Bob, the downtown riverfront master plan chapter does set a vision in line with this.
Right.
To clarify the package, because it's kind of told here, I just want to make sure there's two variances that are requested, right? It's lot size and rear setback encroachment.
So it's a relief from the dimensions table to allow for the decreased lot size
Right.
and to allow for that setback.
Right, so they're two separate variance requests.
Just one request is tied in with those two things. So they're looking for relief from 3289, which is the dimensions table.
Right.
To permit a smaller lot and to permit encroachment into.
Okay, so you guys would be looking for one vote on the two items.
Correct.
Okay. I think to clarify before you say the gravel drive, I'm sorry, I have some questions on it. The gravel drive, that is currently for the house, is that correct?
That's on the current configuration on the house. It's on it right now.
Right, but in that, right now, or is anyone living there right now? No.
Town owns it.
Town owns it. The retaining wall itself, how high is that?
You're talking about the one, sorry,
The one that the property line is proposed to go along, basically, or I think you said 3 feet off.
for the record, Paul Davison's taking some land surveying. They probably know better only because it's been a couple months since I've been out there.
Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe like 3 feet.
3 to 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not super high. it's significant, but it's not,
Right.
it's not.
Okay. All right. How far is the actual rear setback requirement? 15 feet from the deck or from the main structure?
It'll be from the deck to the property line.
From the deck.
That setback's 15 feet.
Yeah.
And what they're proposing violates that.
So,
I mean, I guess, yeah, why go down this road with, the need for the variance on the rear setback encroachment? Why not go, say, 15, 20 feet off that and propose a boundary line there, so then you wouldn't even have to try to request that variance, and then still give yourselves some options on whether or not you keep the road or not. You know, I kind of agree with some of their comments, you know, in terms of both the property value of the main property itself. I don't think, as of now, the idea of a hardship is made. There's an undue hardship by not allowing this variance. I think is kind of strange. I think there should be some sort of area to work with for the property back. So, is there a possibility to give the actual, to satisfy the rear setback with the existing deck, to give us a small sliver of that land, but then also still adjust the boundary there?
can you define small sliver?
I'm basically saying go 15 feet off
From the house?
from the deck, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Because the rear setback requirements from the deck. So 15 feet off the deck towards the road, and then go kind of parallel to the house from the southeast to the northwest there. Essentially, you know, it's not, yeah, essentially the shed too. It's not quite as much as they're looking for.
So just one point though too is, if that property line gets moved, now incorporates the shed, now we gotta move 15 feet off that shed.
Even the shed is not attached to the main structure.
It's still the structure setback, it doesn't matter if it's attached or not.
Could the town, as the owner, remove the shed?
They could.
So then that would satisfy that issue, right?
Yes.
So, it's not quite as helpful for what they're looking for, but it also then kind of negates any argument about that setback issue.
And just to be clear, it's not exactly what they're looking for, but whoever's gonna buy this, they appreciate a little more land to work with.
Correct. Again, I think.
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to,
Yeah.
you understand what I'm saying?
Can I see the mic just to clarify, I don't think we're looking for one or the other, just why was it drawn there and does it affect our property value, right, and the intent, right? Like we're asking for a 70% reduction, why? I mean, to maximize, right, but it doesn't seem to be like a vision, right? Like hopefully it's a park, right? Again, we're all for that, but you know, is it guaranteed not to have any utility thing, or you know, what is it for? So that we're just understanding why, and we're not looking for anything specific, but what's the intent?
I think my concern would be on the future owners, tenants, whoever's in there, having usable space back there. Again, parking is always a problem, right? Anywhere you go, so having that, they have parking available down there. So just some thoughts. That's why I was trying to see, was it two different applications versus one application for two items?
So the intent would be just to give a little more green space to the property, not necessarily the parking.
And, you know, the town would get it back in purchase agreement, so.
Right.
Say that again?
The town would get revenue from the purchase agreement, the lot's gonna be bigger.
Yeah. No,
Right.
I understand.
Right,
Not looking for
Yeah.
right.
not
yeah, we're looking to, as much as possible, recoup what was spent to purchase the lot, and then to you know, retain as much land as possible for public use.
But you have to preserve the value
As much as possible,
as
again.
much as possible with selling. I mean, we can't
Sure,
diminish it to the point where it affects the market.
I agree. But also the value of, what's the value of having public land as well, you know, for the future
That's
benefit.
tough, that's tough.
I know it's hard to quantify, but there is a value there, I'll say that, at least in my opinion.
Absolutely.
Hard to quantify.
Okay, so we say, Bob, 2,000 square feet strip.
1,700 is what I came up
You guys good with that?
I mean,
I'm not the horse trade right now.
I don't think we came in here
with.
with like
Even if we were to strike a line, the property line as being 15 feet off the retaining wall, meets the intent of the ordinance, we're down to one variance, as opposed to two, and it gives whoever's going to be there
It's just one request.
one request.
It's to permit boundary line adjustment to create these non-conformities. That's what the variance request is. So it's really just one request, but to your point, is it more tenable just to have one violation instead of two?
I think there's definitely an argument for the lot size adjustment. You know, I think, as the butters are saying, it makes perfect sense to, you know, slice off that front portion to the markets back to the sewer system. But I think the rear setback, I think there's a hardship not allowed.
You don't have to take the whole thing, just, you know,
Except 15 feet off the wall or something.
it's the intent of the ordinance. And
Yeah, you know, the intent here too is, you know, we want to be good neighbors. You know, we're not looking here to dramatically change. So I think if we come up 15 feet, I think that's a compromise I'm willing to live with. We can still work with it. And, you know, just, again, I'm fine with that compromise. That's what the board wishes.
just trying to think if there are any functions down there which end up with a lot of parking on them. And I'm not sure there are, but
No, again, I don't think the purpose of the park there necessarily was to have a little more personal space, yard space. I mean, you have 2 parking spots proposed on Creighton, albeit small. They are parking spaces, and then you would have, it's kind of slopey. Then you have some space here and space right there. And then they could do something with that retaining wall, make a staircase or whatever, and access that green space. I think that's fair.
How does that feel to you then?
I don't know how far out 15 feet is, but,
Yeah, a balance. I mean, I think a balance is what we're going for, right? You know, and again, yeah, what's good for the park, right? I mean, you know, he asked what maybe we would want to see the use of that or not, right? I don't think we would want in the public, you know, say the whole land was public there. I don't think we would want to see cars and people coming in and parking and doing whatever they want on the public land, right? If it's a green space, that sounds great, but I also don't think that whoever the future owner of that home would want people being able to walk up within arm's reach of their house and putting down a chair and saying, I'm going to sit here because it's public space, right? Like, that's kind of the buffer, I think, of the ordinance, that the 15 feet. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I mean, arbitrarily here, looking at the map, 15 feet off to at least get out of the one variance, I think is, or the setback is what the zoning intent is, right? To create the space. That's why we have these boundaries around our houses to give people their space. Seems like a logical solution.
I just think.
So,
Easements for wall replacement, work back there, I don't know where utilities are.
I think it's not a lot of place
Right.
to replace retaining wall.
I think it's gonna be a cleaner sale overall.
excuse me one second.
No matter what we're gonna do, somebody's gonna.
Alright, so,
Now,
it's hard to do without seeing something what it looks like.
Can you pull the picture?
Yeah, I guess what I'd be more comfortable is instead of like guessing in where things are and trying to find the scale, what would probably make more sense, which is ask for continuance. I mean, ask for a continuance.
Oh, yeah,
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, because I just don't want to do this off the cuff. And, you know, I'd rather be more thoughtful about this and come up with a plan. And we'll sit down and kind of what makes sense for all parties. So, I respectfully request it continues to the next meeting.
Perfect.
Those in favor of granting the continuance?
I will make a motion to continue.
Thank you.
Second.
Oh, I got it.
You gotta read it,
What's
you
the
gotta
date?
read it.
This is what it's doing.
Continue to, yeah, be the 14th, because the 7th is the.
All right, so I'm gonna move to continue the public hearing to September 14th here in the town chambers in the town of Newmarket for a variance request from the town of Newmarket petitioning the zoning board of adjustment for relief from section 32-89 dimension table of the municipal code of the town of Newmarket, New Hampshire, to permit a boundary line adjustment resulting in the parcel reducing in size to 3074 square feet. The rear deck encroaching into the rear setback on real property with an address of 11 Creighton Street, tax map U3 lot 17, within that R4 zoning district.
We have a motion, do I have a second? Motion is second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you.
Go
And
team.
give us a chance to go out, I'd recommend everybody go down there, take a walk and take a look at it too.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Go for 16 feet.
For 16. I'll walk it out right now.
Now the haggling.
Propose an improvement for AC in here?
We're working on that.
Yeah, it's hot and bothered.
Yeah, it is.
September hopefully will be looking at it. Thanks, Mark.
Thanks for your patience.
Thank you.
No, you're good, you're good. Yeah, be well. All right,
Great,
bye guys.
great presentation, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right.
I don't know how you roll this insurance, I really don't.
I
thought we were gonna have some AC.
Well, I think that's why the
What?
doors are open, right?
Just so we are still on camera.
Close on.
Yeah, I want to meet.
Okay, that takes care of that one, we'll be meeting same time next month.
September 14th.
Okay, so, do you have any administrator items?
Not tonight.
So, means a request for adjournments in order.
Motion to adjourn.
We have a motion and second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We are adjourned.